to Renal Rights. This channel is to educate and share real stories of people impacted by kidney disorder, in hopes that the information shared, other folks watching this video can benefit. So we try to talk to people that are currently on dialysis, people that are going to dialysis, folks that help support them, like yourself. So welcome, Chris, and we look forward to talking to you today.
Thank you. And, Mr. Cooper, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure always, having me on the Renal Rights channel and, just spreading as much information as we can on, kidney failure and the renal field.
Okay. So Chris, tell us a little about yourself. How did you, first of all, what was you doing before you became a tech?
Before I became a dialysis tech, I was in sales, and I was running a studio. I was a part-time audio engineer for a small-time record label that had some things going, and pretty much that's what I was doing. I was doing sales during the day, and I was a studio audio engineer at night.
Okay, and how did you find out about the whole industry and the job opportunity with respect to a dialysis technician?
Well, I was looking for something else to transition into during the day because I was kind of wanting to get out of the sales. And I had a couple of family members who were actually nurses, and they worked in the field of dialysis. And I always knew I wanted to kind of go into the medical field transition. So I kind of asked around within my family and I did a little research myself. And I started looking at dialysis companies, and me having an engineering background, I kind of thought, I would fit right in. And with that also being a branch into the medical field, that maybe, hey, let me try it out.
Very nice. So where did you start your career as a tech, as a dialysis tech?
As a dialysis tech, I started with a company. I don't know if they're any longer in business, Gambro Healthcare, which they were shortly purchased by DaVita. And that's where I got my start. I started off as a reuse technician, which was pretty much the person who took care of the artificial filtered kidneys that they would use. It was a program called Reuse, and it was for patients who were sensitive to new dialyzers, that they'd have a program to where that they'd have the same dialyzer artificial kidney that they could use. And I did that, and I also took care of the inventory for the entire clinic and anything that had to do with the back of the clinic, the water filtration system, things of that matter.
For our viewers that may not understand the artificial kidney or the dialyzer, can you explain that?
Okay, pretty much. The average person, everybody has kidneys. And as we know, the kidneys play a main part in the body functioning of the filtration of the fluid within our body and also the waste. Everything that we take in our body has to go through the kidneys. When a person has renal failure, also known as kidney failure, their kidney stops working. It stops operating properly to filtrate water, waste, removal. So what they have to do is they have to end up going on dialysis, where a lot of times it's 3 days a week. They have to come to a center. Some people do it at home, and where they have to undergo dialysis, which is the cleaning of the blood, removing the toxins, and also removal of the extra fluid that you put on that a lot of people are no longer able to remove from their system. So the dialyzer is a artificial kidney that is used where the blood is filtered out of the body. It is filtered through the dialyzer and then filtered back into the blood. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it just an artificial kidney, an artificial dialyzer replaces the actual functionality of a regular kidney, which would operate in your body that we're all born with.
Wow. So you was responsible for the dialyzer and making sure that it was the right dialyzer and it was actually functioning properly?
Yeah, I would make sure as far as the prescriptions, the medical director, and the doctor, everyone has a different prescription. There are different types of kidneys, not to really get into it, but there's different types of sizes of artificial kidneys. There are different companies that make kidneys, artificial kidneys. It just depends on, they have different things that they use to determine weight, size ratio of a patient, depending on how much they're cleaning that they might need, and the clearance that they get. It's pretty much based on, every individual is different. So based on how much cleaning you would require, and it can always change. One thing we do a lot in dialysis, we draw labs, and within the lab draw, the results are to get the outcomes of your labs. What pretty much are you cleaning correctly? The blood urea nitrogen, your potassium levels, calcium levels, phosphorus, PTH, all of those things we monitor, because as a person would, if their kidney was working properly, all of those things would automatically be regulated by the body. But with renal failure, the kidneys are not working anymore. So everything that the artificial kidney filters out, we take blood samples so that we can compare and contrast, and also look at the levels of all of the elements within the blood.
Yeah. I understand that, because I know on my end, when I first started on dialysis, I was using a different dialyzer that I'm currently using now. And to your point, they looked at the numbers and the clearance I was receiving. And for those folks that may not understand exactly what the clearance is, as Chris mentioned, it's numbers and goals that you should be receiving when you complete your dialysis treatment. And if you're not receiving that, one of the options would be to either change your dialyzer, maybe get a larger dialyzer to allow more of your blood to be cleaned. Or, some people have allergic reaction to the dialyzer that they're using. And, they may need to order a different type of dialyzer for that person.